Hello everybody, my name is Marlo and welcome back to some more Minecraft survival here in my single player world. I hope you guys are doing very good today. In this episode, we are going to be working on this thing right here. That's a barrel, that's not what we're going to be working on. I meant to show you the ender chest. So something that quite a lot of people do in survival Minecraft is organize their ender chests so you have everything you could possibly need on demand just by placing this thing down. Currently, mine is a bit of a mess. I have 3 stacks of sponges, a box of Totem of Undyings that I never use, a bunch of potions, food, rockets, and then my tools. So you can see I have a little bit of organization going on here, but we could do a whole lot better. The idea of storing items inside of shulker boxes, inside of ender chests, is actually quite insane when you do the math. So you can have 729 stacks of items inside of an ender chest if you fill up all of the shulker boxes, which is actually 46,656 items altogether. If they are stacks of 64, of course. Now that is quite the potential. I will not be using all of that for the ender chest simply because it would be hugely overkill and I don't need it, but I'm certainly going to utilize this to more than what it is right now. So I think the first thing we're going to do is head into a test world just where I figured out how my layout is going to be, and I can show you what types of shulker boxes and things I'm going to store inside of here are actually going to be. Welcome to my 16 color coordinated shulker box layout. So as you can see here, these are all of the shulker boxes I'm planning to have in my ender chest, all 16 colors. We just have some spares along the end there, and I think I'm just going to put some empty ones in that color, the ordinary shulker box one. So I thought I'd just walk you through all of my ideas that I want inside of my ender chest, and then these are just other ideas I had, but I don't particularly want. So let's start off over here, which is a very popular one. I'm sure a lot of people who have this layout in their ender chest will have a rocket, or have a rocket like this, have a shulker box like this filled with rockets. Just to the side we have glass, so either colored glass or regular one. We do actually have a dyes shulker box down there, so I think in all of my ones like glass, for example, I'll just have plain and then I'll use the dyes to actually dye the glass. So we have a glass box, a stone box filled with just random stone variants. I've got a villager trading box here, which is virtually going to be just emeralds. A redstone box, which is of course a very popular one among a lot of people. We have a box only dedicated to logs, so any type of log I'm going to stick in here, and then the one just to the side of it is going to be the wood variant, so something that all of these logs have been crafted down into. Stairs, slabs, fences, doors, trapdoors, all the sort like that. Over here we have a lighting box, so sea lanterns, torches, glowstone, basically anything that emits light that you can use in a build, I'm going to put inside of here. And then we have a terracotta box, which either could be dyed again, or I'm going to use the same idea as with the glass, so just having plain terracotta and using the dye box. Hello friend, coming to join us for the tour of the shulker boxes, are you? Very annoying of you. So yeah, this is just going to be plain terracotta and we'll dye it afterwards if I ever need it. This is my nature box, so saplings, flowers, bone meal will probably go inside of here. My toolbox, also valuables I could probably stick inside of there, but mainly tools I think. This ender pearl isn't going to be just for ender pearls, this is mainly going to be like a survival box, so anything that I could use in survival, maybe some of those totems that I'm dying could go in there. I'm going to stick it inside of the cyan one here. This blue one is going to be a concrete box, so I'll probably just actually put sand and gravel in here and once again use the dyes to actually make the concrete that I want it to, so that maybe should be sand and gravel instead. Of course the dye box that I've referenced quite a lot of times, and then over here is going to be any potions that I use, which mainly will be fire resistance and maybe a couple of others, but yeah, any potions can go inside of this one. And then the one on the very end here is just going to be my food source, which in my survivor world is mainly pork chops, and that is going to be going in the pink one. These 7 shulker boxes along here are just some more ideas I had that I didn't want to have in my ender chest, but I thought might be worth mentioning to you guys who are looking to do a similar thing. So to begin with here we have general building blocks such as brick or obsidian maybe, or bone blocks or quartz potentially, and then just to the side of it same, I guess, but slabs and stairs, so anything that doesn't maybe fit into wood or stone that has slabs and stairs could go into here, such as prismarine as an example. A rail box, so anything minecart related can go inside of here. And this next one is probably more helpful than you would think. A shulker box full of lava buckets. Now, if you're anything like me, whenever you need a lava bucket, you never have one on hand and you always have to go search for it. So having a shulker box full of these guys could potentially be quite useful. And the next box here, which I did contemplate with, but I just didn't think it made much sense having it in my ender chest, is actually a build pallet shulker box. So I'm using strip spruce log here as an example. In my custom village, I use strip spruce, oak, brick, and white terracotta mainly. So I would just fill a shulker box with those resources so that if I ever wanted to build a house in my village, I could just grab this box and basically have everything on hand. I already do a similar thing with my pathway design in my village. I actually just have a box that I grab whenever I want to do something like that. The next one along here is meant to be decorative type of blocks, so barrels are always chucked about a lot, campfires, lanterns, anything that you can kind of just fill a gap in a build with. Something like that I thought could be pretty cool, but I didn't think it specifically suited my needs. And then the final one that I thought might be pretty helpful is an end raiding box. So anything you need to go on an end raid, you could put in this box and just take with you, or I guess already have in your ender chest ready to go. In this barrel right here, I have all of my shulker boxes dyed and ready to be filled with various items, which is the next step, to go ahead and gather all of those items. I've already done a little bit, but I've still got the bulk of the gathering to do, so I think we're going to split this into 4 different sections, just so we don't have to do them all at once and we can gradually go through this bit by bit. The first 4 boxes we are going to do is the toolbox over there, the survival box, and then the emerald trading, as well as the redstone box. So we got black, red, light blue, and cyan. So here they are, all nicely lined up, which oddly is quite a nice color palette. Maybe not the red on the end there, but these 3 look pretty good together. Maybe I have to build something out of that. But anyway, the first one here is our toolbox, which of course was already in my ender chest. So it's just all of my tools, my elytra, and then I've added these 4 at the end here, just in case I ever need them. Golden helmet is there for if I go into the nether and don't want to be attacked by zombie piglins. The cyan box is our survival box filled with all of these goodies. Now, I'm not going to go through each and every item in all of the shulker boxes, otherwise it's going to be such a long video and just get really boring, so you can see and probably figure out what I need a lot of that for yourself. And then our villager trading box, as I said, mainly just emeralds, but we've also got some books and paper because I pretty much only trade with librarians. And then the redstone box, as you may have guessed, is full of redstone components. Still room if I want to add more things, such as slime blocks, for example. I just don't really have a lot of them at the moment. The next 4 to do is the rocket box on the end here, the food box on the other end. Both of those are already done and in my ender chest, so not a lot of work to be done. And then the other 2 are the dye box and the potion box. And I've already gathered a bunch of dyes together. I did that a little while ago, so I have a huge abundance of these ready to put in our purple box. The only thing I really have to do is just brew up some potions of anything I think I might want. As I said, these first 2, the rockets and the pork chops, were already in my ender chest, so I've just moved them over. But this one is our potion box, and we've got fire resistance, water breathing, invisibility, night vision, slow falling, speed 2, regeneration, and more fire resistance along here. And then some weakness potions and some golden apples for curing zombie villagers if I ever want to do that. Not often, but it's there if I want it. And then the final one here is our dye box, which I know I could put more in, but I'd have to pick and choose which ones I wanted to pick. So I think in this chest up here, or this one, yeah, I've got a bunch extra if I need to top that one up. Nice and easily. The penultimate set of 4 shulker boxes is going to be the glass box, the terracotta box, the lighting box, and then the concrete box over there. I already have tons of sand and gravel for the concrete. I just need to smelt up some glass. I already got tons of terracotta lying around, and I've sorted out my lighting box. So really, I just need to use my super smelter a bit. glass has been smelted. As you can see, we've got a shulker box full. This is my terracotta box, and then this is the concrete box, which has an open spot in the middle here. Didn't really know which one to favor, so I just put nothing. Actually, we could maybe put a crafting bench. That way I can actually craft the stuff. I mean, I always have one of these on hand, but can't hurt to just have it there anyway. So yeah, we'll just stick a crafting bench in there. I had 30 to pick from for some reason. Don't know why I have that many crafting benches, but hey ho, they're there if I need it. And yeah, this is terracotta box. Let me just show you how much terracotta I actually have, by the way. All of these, it's quite a lot, and a lot of brown terracotta that I will most likely never use, but maybe one day. And then the most interesting box out of these four is probably the lighting one here, filled with a bunch of lighting sources. Probably missing some, in fact I almost certainly am, but these are the ones I kind of had on hand or was going to use or could farm in some way or another. In reality, I really only use torches, lanterns, redstone lamps and sea lanterns. The rest are kind of just once in a blue moon. And so we just have 4 boxes left to fill up, one of which is the stone box, and then we have the log box, the wood variants box, and then the final one is the nature box. So I already have tons and tons of stone on hand. I do have most of the wood variants, but I'm definitely gonna need to go chop a bunch of trees down to get all of those logs, and then I have to go and hand pick a bunch of flowers, leaves, vines, and anything else that would fit in a nature box. This one is gonna be quite tedious, I would imagine. Here are the final 4 shulker boxes, once again making somewhat of a nice block palette, maybe not so much with this dark grey over here, but anyway, this is my stone box, and I've only done 4 blocks here instead of slabs and stairs. Instead I've just put a stone cutter in, because if I had all of the variants for all of these blocks, I would need like 10 shulker boxes probably. So we just got 4 blocks in there of most of the stone types that I think I would want, and then we'll chop them up with the stone cutter. This is my log box, fairly self-explanatory. I mainly use spruce and oak, so favored these two, and I've done a similar thing here with my wood variants. This all is spruce and oak up here, and then I've got the variants of trapdoors because I use them more often than not, and then a few other miscellaneous wood types down the bottom here. There probably are some that I've missed from this one, but I only have limited space, of course. And then finally, our nature box, filled with every flower type in the game, I think. Hopefully I haven't forgotten any. And then we just have some stuff like ferns and sweet berries, bamboo, lily pads, all of the saplings. I don't have full stacks of them because, like jungle for example, they just don't drop very well. And then I just put a stack of bone blocks in there so we can get a lot of bone meal. So now that we have all of these done, I can put these in the barrel again just so we have it nice and neat and orderly. Grey can go there, brown, orange, and then green at the bottom here. So now what I have to do is order all of these, and I'm not going to do it in color order like we have here. I'm instead going to do it in favoritism order, if that makes sense. So basically what I'm going to be using the most is going to go in slot number 1 and escalate down to the one that I'm going to be least using. So probably something I'll use the most is my toolbox here, so that would go up here for example, and yeah, it might look a little bit better in colored here, but I just don't think it's going to be very useful in a survival situation, so I've got to order them and also give them all a name. And so you join me once again underneath the staircase where we began the episode, opening the ender chest where it did not look like this. As you can see, it's now been fully organized. We have 1 to 16 numbered shulker boxes from most likely to least likely to use. We've got concrete and terracotta and glass at the end here, and then tools, rockets, food, redstone, and that sort. You guys just saw me go over them. I won't do it all again. But yeah, we have them all numbered here, so if I take one out, I know which slot it has to go in when I put it back into the ender chest. And this little symbol either side of the word, so see tools there for example, we have two little dashes either side. That's actually an alt code, so if you just go to Google and type in alt codes, you'll get on the first website a long list of just symbols you can use by pressing the alt key and then a random number that is assigned to a certain symbol. So there's lots of fun little different things you could do. I've just gone with something that's a bit different than just a normal dash, and yeah, just something nice and neat. But there are like Minecraft Unicodes. I'm not entirely sure how it exactly works, but if you type in Minecraft Unicodes, you probably can find some cool websites and get yourself some cool images if you just want to label your shulker boxes in a bit more of a fun way. Whoops, I nearly forgot to add in the rest of the shulker boxes here. These are just going to be miscellaneous shulker boxes. Say I'm going on a sand collecting mission and I need a bunch of shulker boxes to store it all in. I have these just to plop down and fill up and easily transport back home to my storage room or wherever they happen to be. So basically it's overflow for things that don't exactly fit inside of here. The final thing I want to do in today's episode is to slap down this anvil and actually give all of my tools along here a name. So there's only one tool that I have in this game which has a name, and that is my mushroom mincer. This is how I get all of my mushroom blocks that I sometimes use over in my village. Let me just show you which ones it is. It's these, for example, the mushroom stems. You need silk touch on an axe to get them quickly. I don't have silk touch on this axe here, so I needed a separate one, and it's called the mushroom mincer. For a little while now, I've been thinking of fun names with the alliteration that I could give to all 5 along here, and I've finally come up with some pretty fun ones, so let's go through them all and give these weapons and tools a cool name. This mighty sword which I yield shall be called the Pillager Punisher. This pointy pickaxe shall be known as the Rock Remover. This combination of sticks and string used to snipe enemies off in the distance shall be named the Flint and Feather Flinger. My ever so trusty shovel, always on hand and ready to go, shall become the Sand Scooper. Last but most certainly not least, this mighty axe is now the Lumber Lopper. So what do you guys think of these names? I gotta be honest, I think my favourite is the Lumber Lopper. I just quite like saying it, and also the Flint and Feather Flinger. I know there's also sticks in arrows, that's the idea, flint and feather and sticks to make arrows and you fling them, but I couldn't find another word beginning with F that was also called sticks. If you guys have any ideas, please let me know and we'll add it to this name if it can fit on. But yeah, those two are definitely my favorites. I like these 3 as well, but yeah, Lumber Lopper and Flint and Feather Flinger, quite difficult to say, but certainly a fun name. So yeah, what I would like from you guys, however, is some ideas of what I could possibly name my armor and elytra, because I truthfully had no ideas. If you want to keep the alliteration, feel free to do that, or just come up with something new. Entirely up to you guys. I might do that next episode, or I might not. I'm not really sure. I'd just like to see what your guys' opinions and ideas are. But anyway, guys, that is actually gonna do it for today's episode. I do apologize for the just supreme lack of building in today's one. Truth be told, guys, I didn't have much time this week, I didn't have much time last week, and I'm not gonna have much time next week. And yeah, there wasn't an episode last week and there probably won't be one next week, so I wanted to at least get something out for you guys, but I didn't have a whole lot of time to do anything else, so I thought this was a fun little episode to do, and something, to be honest, I've been meaning to do for quite a while. So regardless of the lack of building, I hope you guys did enjoy watching. Thank you ever so much for doing that. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now. Real quick, I just want to mention that last week on Friday, I released my 25k special, which was a Q&A, so if you missed it, feel free to click on the screen and go back and watch it. I think it was a good video. Hopefully you guys all enjoyed it if you've already seen it. So thank you for doing that, and for the second time, bye for now.